Hey guys, Dr. Koser here again, and this is going to be video 2 of our 3-part ketogenic diet and intermittent fasting series. All right, so in the previous video, we kind of went over why it's necessary to go from 27 meals a day down to 2, if possible, and now we'll kind of go over some of the finer points of that. All right, so over here, you'll kind of recognize this from the other day. We went from 7 meals down to 3 meals, now down to 2 meals. And we're kind of talk about ways you can get rid of cravings and how to make that transition, all right? So for the first meal of the day, what I always do is I either start off with lemon water or I start off with coffee. Those are two different things that kind of help me wake up and resist the urge to consume food. Now that will actually occur right over here, around when we wake up for the first time. Now most people are used to eating 3 meals a day. They'll have like some sort of breakfast here, whether it be eggs or bacon or any other thing like that. What we want to do is try to slowly start moving that first meal of the day towards lunch. Now, not everybody has to start off at completely cut out at cold turkey because nobody likes to be hungry. So what some people do is they start off eating like in that normal time and then slowly start marching it this way. So if you normally eat at 8, wait till 9 or then wait till 10, wait till 11 and then try to, for a normal like a 7 to 3 type job, is try to wait until lunchtime to eat your first meal. It's just a way to help slowly break into it so that your body gets used to the idea of eating only twice a day. So again, this is kind of how I do my thing. Every morning I drink about just one of these two items, either coffee or lemon water. You don't want to drink both together, but I always drink coffee in the morning, and it just helps give me something to stave off the hunger, all right? Then it also helps with the reducing the urge to snack. Another good way to really supercharge your weight loss is by also exercising during this time. Exercise when you are fasting. If you exercise when you're fasting, in other words, exercise before you eat your first meal of the day, it really supercharges the body's ability to burn fat as fuel. And that's what we want, because the ketogenic diet is all about burning fat and all about burning our body fat as well. So multiple studies came out that said if you want to get into the ketogenic diet as fast as possible, if you want to get into ketosis as fast as possible, start exercising in the morning when the only fuel your body has is its own body fat. And what we always recommend is high intensity interval training. So it's called HIIT, high intensity interval training. You can look up, we'll eventually have videos in the patient portal, but as of right now, a good thing to look up is high intensity interval training and then insert something you want to do, such as walking or high intensity interval training elliptical or high intensity interval training weight training. Any combination of that in YouTube will find you something that you would enjoy doing as far as an exercise is concerned, all right? So this is the eating in a 4-hour window is for people that have a very, very difficult time losing weight. It should only be for those that have tried everything else and it failed. What I typically recommend is eating between an 8 to 10-hour window. So this is for individuals that just need a couple pounds to lose. I personally eat all of my calories in an 8-hour window. In other words, I eat at noon and I eat again at 8 p.m. So other individuals that don't want to be as thin as possible can do that in a 10-hour window. In other words, eating at, let's say, 10 a.m. and then again at 8 p.m. Now, obviously, you don't have to eat at noon. You don't have to eat at 8. Just make sure that you eat your first meal and your last meal within 8 to 10 hours of each other, or if you really want to lose weight, within 4 hours, okay? So the biggest thing is to go as long as you can without eating in the AM. The biggest thing there is when you don't eat anything, your body has to burn something, so it'll burn your own body fat as fuel. So as far as a couple different types of meals you can eat, this one is just real easy, real basic. A lot of people eat eggs because it is cheap, it is a phenomenal energy source, and the yolk on the inside has all of those vitamins and minerals that you need to create life. So if an egg contains all of the material it needs to create life, it will sustain you wonderfully. So I just had literally the other day an avocado bacon bowl. And I had a couple eggs in there, a couple strips of bacon, and some avocado in there, and it tasted like it was. I really like it. The kids ate it too. If I can get a 4-year-old and a 1.5-year-old to eat avocado, bacon, and eggs, I'm telling you, anybody can eat it. And then, so that's just an example of what you can do for your first meal of the day. Cheap, delicious. All right. Now for dinner, you can get into kind of your more traditional foods, such as meat and veggies. So what this looks like is you can get some hamburger meat or some pork chops or some chicken breast or steak. It doesn't necessarily matter the quality of steak. Just make sure it's between 3 and 6 ounces. Now, if you're a bigger person, I'm 6 foot something, and you just have more body mass than the regular individual, you can go up to 8 to 10 ounces, but I probably wouldn't do more than 10 ounces in one sitting. It tends to sit on the stomach a little bit hard. And then for veggies, like in our, you can look in our PDF, like Dr. Koser's Guide to Keto. It'll list a large number of vegetables that you can eat. A really easy way to do it is just eating salads. Like you take some lettuce or spinach or kale or a combination of those, put some Italian seasoning on there, Italian dressing, just make sure it has no carbs in it. And then you can flavor it with like some cucumbers or cheese or bacon bits or any other number of things that just has no carbs in it. And I mean, you're getting the standard meat and salad. I mean, you go to fancy restaurants to eat that. And the thing is, it takes hardly any time to make it all. So it's very functional that way. And then another thing, just to make sure you're getting enough fat, because fat is what we want to eat, 70% fat, about 25% protein, maybe 5% carbs, and then 70% fat. Eating some additional nuts and seeds are phenomenal ways to boost the fat content, because when you eat here at dinner, you want to be able to last all the way until lunch again. So you're going to be fasting anywhere from 14 to 20 hours, depending on how aggressive you want to get with the intermittent fasting. And then another couple ideas for food ideas. Again, we have a lot in the PDF. That's all you need to look at. But eating a fish and seafood, I typically like to eat salmon. If I have the ability to, I'll eat salmon and then eat a salad and a fat bomb with it. A fat bomb is essentially God's gift to keto dieters. It's essentially taking a large amount of fat, healthy fats like coconut oil or olive oil or different types of fat like that, cream cheese, and making it taste like something that is usually really high in sugar. So you can make cheesecake fat bombs, you can make like peanut butter pie fat bombs, any number of different things that just helps you get enough fat so that you last, so that you feel full and satiated until the next meal. And then over here is just an example of another dish, is chicken with the skin on, because the skin has a great number of good healthy fats in it. Asparagus, and again, the way I like to eat asparagus is broiled, and then I typically put Italian seasonings, Parmesan, or any number of cheeses on top of it, so that it's, again, a 0 carb vegetable, being asparagus, and then you get protein and fat from the different types of cheeses, and then the seasonings just make sure it's not bland. And then olives are a phenomenal source of fat. I mean, it goes back to the biblical times. Olives have always been good for you, and it's just another great way to get some more fat in there so that you feel satiated and you get your body used to burning fat as fuel, okay? So this is just another little example here. So again, the briefest recap possible: 25% protein, around 70 to 75% fat, okay? Go as long as you can in the morning without eating. Try to limit your calories between 4, like your foods, between 4 and 10 hours. Try to limit that amount of time for you eating, and do as much research and studying as you can. Learn what has carbs in it. Learn what does not have carbs in it. For this diet, carbs are the enemy, all right? We want to burn fat, we want to be healthy, we want to look good, and we want to feel good, okay? So Dr. Koser signing out, and looking forward to seeing you in the next video.